Hey, what's up everybody? It's Matt. I'm here on a semi-snowy location. January has been weird this year, but I'm here to take a look at the NYA-EVO Fjord 60C. On the green one here on my left, your right, is their version 1. The first one's off the production line. I've been using this one for 2.5 years or so. It's been through a lot. I love this bag. They made some little updates on the bag here, so if you want to call it version 2, we've got this one here. They sent this one to me just to test out and see how the new stuff works out and what I like about it. So I just wanted to kind of do a little quick overview of what the changes are, what's new on the bag, all that kind of good stuff. So let's dive on in. On the top of the bag on version 1, they had a nice bit of webbing handle here, but on the newer version they wrapped this webbing to kind of reinforce it, make it a little bit easier to hold, and have a little bit more grip on your hand. Another nice part that I really liked is on the side of the bag over here. On the old version there was no handle on the side, whereas on the new version they have it. So you can see here there's no handle on this side of the bag, and on this one they added the side handle, which is nice when your bag is fully loaded. You can carry it sideways because it is a big bag, so if you are carrying it from the top handle, it can touch the ground, the straps can get in the way, things like that. So it is nice having that side handle there. The base of the bag, they have reinforced Hypalon, so when your bag is dragging on the ground, it doesn't tear like the sides here did. I was on a canyoneering trip and I had water bottles in there, and every time I'd rub against the canyon walls it'd kind of wear on that. But the bottom itself, as you can see, it's dirty, but it did not get scratched or tore up in any way because of that Hypalon reinforcement. One of the other changes that they made is the belt on the back of the bag. So on the old version it was sewn in, you couldn't remove it, it's just there. You know, on a bag this size you usually need a belt, so that's fine, but there's times when you don't need one. So on the new version they added a removable waist belt. This is nice for those times when you just don't need it. You don't need all that extra stuff, or even sometimes if you're putting this in a plane and you don't want that belt just flopping around all over the place, you don't have to have it. So on the new version, the other change they made is they added some more webbing here on the outside of the belt, so you can attach things like comms units, GPS, other pouches. It's a little bit smaller on the old version. You just have one section on either side, whereas on the new one you have two. So that's some changes to the waist belts there. So some of the other changes are on the organizational part of the bag. The front of each bag has a top pocket. That hasn't changed, so that's still there. But when you open up the bag, you'll notice that there are just a few slight changes. On the front panel they have a mesh pocket on version 1, and then it went into a drop pocket. There was a little button closure area that you could divide stuff if you needed to, or open it up wider. There was 2 other pockets right above that, as well as a hydration pouch area that you could like set your hydration tube in. On the new version, the mesh pocket is gone on the front panel, and then you still have that little drop area. There's a zippered pocket area. When you open this up, you'll see there's 2 mesh pockets here, and that being closed off is kind of nice because you can keep some of your items more secure, say if you have a power bank or something in there, as opposed to just being open. They did leave the hydration area on the version 2, so you have that and you can use that. On both of the bags there is a expandable area, which is nice. The 60C does expand. It has 2 different places. On the front panel you can unzip on either side and you have a little bit of expansion for that front pocket. So if you're really stuffing it full, you can expand that area to fit the items you need, but then you can tighten it back up and compress it down if you get to your location and you don't need that anymore. So that's a really nice feature. I use that a lot while traveling because a lot of times this is the only bag I bring with me while traveling. Another nice part that you'll see on either of these bags is that they both have a hydration port coming out right here. So I mentioned the water pouch inside that you can set there. That leads out to this hole, so you can have that come around both on version 1 and version 2. The other expandable area is the top pouch here. They have this on both bags. I really like this pouch because it is waterproof, so you know, you can store items in there that you need to keep safe, or even store wet items that you need to keep away from your camera gear and stuff. We all know that electronics and water don't mix, so this top pouch is really nice. A lot of times, if I'm not using it and I'm out on the trail, I will use this for trail trash. You know, I'll pick up beer cans or anything like that out here, so it is nice to be able to have that and keep that space separated from the other areas of the bag. So the interior of the bag has pretty much stayed the same. You can see here one is running the medium core unit, the other one's running the large. They kept the mesh pocket on the inside here, and this mesh pocket has a keychain holder on either side. This part here is expandable, so you can see you can push it down and expand the area if you need to, or you can put it all the way up. So depending on how you're packing and which camera cube you're running, you can utilize this space differently. It does keep it a little bit more secure than if you were running it just as an open bag with the core unit inside. So I really like this area. It is nice to be able to like pack differently if you're running a small mirrorless kit versus like a full DSLR and drone setup. I'm generally running the large kit, but occasionally it is nice to be able to run a smaller kit when you're out there. The back panel area is basically the same. On each one, you can adjust the harness. So depending on your frame size, you can adjust the straps to be, you know, larger or smaller, fit differently depending on your comfort level and how you need to run your straps. So that's another nice feature, especially on a bag of this size, you know, because we all come in different shapes and sizes. So it's nice to have. One of the really nice features about this bag is the compression straps. I've taken them off on mine. As I said before, I didn't need them. And it is nice because they do come off pretty quickly. You can just use this clip here and detach it and pull them off and run the bag nice and clean. Or if you need the straps to hold on gear, you can. If you are someone who is out skiing, snowboarding, or something like that, you can use these straps and attach your skis to them. You could attach your snowboard to the front panel, or you could even throw on some ice axes. If you're an ice climber, climbing rope, anything like that is something that you could use these compression straps to tie down to the bag. So, you know, whatever your adventure is, you're able to use this bag for and still carry your camera gear securely. The other nice part about their attachment points is they do give you spots to attach your gear net if you're using that. You know, like say you want to throw a helmet or a jacket and you don't want to be able to have to tuck it away, you just want quick access, you can attach your gear net to either of those attachment points and run that on the front of the pack. One of the other changes that they made is kind of small but very nice. They changed up some of the hardware on the bag. So the front belt here on version 1, this broke like within the first week. No fault of theirs. It just got crunched, you know, and it happens. But these clips right here, they really don't have much give to them. So if something puts a lot of pressure on them, they're gonna snap really quick. It happens to a lot of my bags, but the new hardware with these, they have a little bit of reinforcement there, so they can flex quite a bit without breaking. So you can push them almost nearly together. So that's really nice because while the version 1 pack that I'm using, it hasn't affected the clipping of the strap. It's just, you know, if that other one breaks, it will. I'll have to repair that. But the new pack, the reinforcement is super nice. So that's one small item that they changed that's I really enjoy.